BTC XRP Decoupling. The day XRP breaks free from Bitcoin, a global liquidity shock is coming. Bitcoin will bleed with the market, XRP won't. XP is preparing to break free and the signs are already showing. Let me explain. 1 per Bitcoin still controls crypto, but only because the system is old. For 15 years, Bitcoin has acted as the liquidity anchor, the sentiment barometer, the market's gravitational field. Rough numbers. 70 to 85% of all altcoin movements still correlate with BTC. Bitcoin down equals whole market down. Bitcoin up equals liquidity flows to alts. Per Bitcoin's limitations are becoming impossible to ignore. Institutional settlement desks hate this number. 10 minutes per block confirmation. No native tokenization, no compliance layer. No integrated KYC rails, no real cross-border settlement capability. 3. The data shows Bitcoin's dominance is artificially propped up. Several analytics firms show the same trend. BTC dominance peaked at 72% in 2017. Today it fluctuates around 50%. Long-term trend points to less than 40% by 2027. Why? Because the market is shifting from speculation gives utility, tokenization, compliance, and settlement. That shift is where XRP lives. Per XRP is quietly positioning itself in places Bitcoin cannot enter. Here's what retail misses. Ripple is entering markets worth trillions. Treasury settlement, cross-border corporate finance. Repo markets tilde for $1 trillion daily. Tokenized treasuries projected $5 trillion by 2030. Bank liquidity corridors. This isn't hype. This is where Ripple has actual pilot programs, patents, and partners. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is still fighting about ETFs and having narratives. 5. The Bitcoin XRP decoupling begins when utility volume dwarfs speculative volume. Right now, Bitcoin's volume is approximately 85 to 90% speculative. But XRP's institutional payment corridors have been growing. Ripple ODL volumes grow approximately 400% in some regions. Dozens of banks in APAC, ME, EU, LATAM testing tokenized settlements. XRP liquidity hubs onboarding is quietly throughout 2024 to 2025. When utility volume surpasses speculative volume, XRP becomes immune to BTC's mood swings. 6. Per the deepest twist, institutions already treat XRP as separate from the crypto market. Crypto Twitter might not believe it, but bankers do. When banks model XRP, they don't compare it with Bitcoin at all. They compare it with SWIFT, Nostro, Vostro accounts. CLS, RTGS, Treasury FX swaps. XRP is being benchmarked against the global settlement system, not the crypto casino. This is why XRP's fate does not depend on Bitcoin long-term. 7. XRPL ecosystem isn't only building payments infrastructure. That's where systems like @DNA on-chain emerge, a permission credential domain with ZK-proof privacy, allowing banks, funds, and sovereign players to operate on-chain without exposing sensitive data. http://xdna.dnaprotocol.org. The world still needs a trust, identity, and privacy layer for institutions to even use these rails. 8. Per what the decoupling event looks like. Signs to watch: Bitcoin crashes, XRP holds steady or rises. Liquidity on XRP-led corridor spikes. Tokenized asset volume surpasses speculative altcoin flows. Banks announce accelerated blockchain settlement pilots. When that happens, the market narrative shifts from crypto moves with Bitcoin to utility assets follow their own fundamentals. That day is coming faster than people realize. 9. Per if XRP becomes the liquidity rail, the world still needs something even more important. And that's exactly what DNA protocol incorporates in the XRP ledger. http://xdna.dnaprotocol.org. A permission DEX plus zero-knowledge credential system that lets institutions interact on-chain without exposing sensitive data, solving the problem that stops banks, sovereign wealth funds, and asset managers from using public blockchain rails today. 10. The real decoupling scenario. The moment the old system breaks, likely triggered by rising bond yields, global liquidity shortages, Japan repatriating capital, new CBDC corridors, tokenized treasuries hitting scale. XRP will respond to institutions, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin crashing while XRP rises will be the moment the world realizes this is the decoupling. 11/11s, when the dust settles, people will say it happened overnight, but the signs were always there. In Japan, in liquidity flows, in XRP's rails, and in the new credential systems being built underneath. The reset has already begun. Follow and stay ahead.